Hey everybody, it's Mr. Buro from Staten Island Tech, and today I'm going to be showing you 3 modify commands in Revit. The commands are align, offset, and mirror. The align command you'll find over here, and it's usually used for walls and things like that, but it can be used in 3D as well. So I'll show you 2 different uses of it. One with walls and one in 3D with windows. Here's the offset command. The offset command is usually also used for walls and lines. It basically creates a copy of the object set to a certain distance and can be used multiple times. And the mirror command, there's 2 instances of the mirror command. There's the mirror command where you needing to draw an axis, in which you will then, after selecting everything that you want to apply the mirror command to, you will then just draw the axis with your cursor. Or you could pick an existing axis with this particular command, such as a reference line or a line that would appear on a wall, such as a core boundary or a face, or basically anything that can be considered a line to be an axis for the mirror command. When using the mirror command, you have the option of destroying or keeping the original part of the figure. As you can see, I'm using the same file I have been using for a while now. It's this 2-story building, but I have some stuff set to the side. We're going to go look at this piece first in 2D. So here we are. I set this up where it's just it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 wall parts. I put some windows scattered around them, and then I made this axis with a reference plane. The reference plane can be found over here. But very quickly, I'm going to select all of these objects, and I'm going to use the mirror pick axis command. And the only option available to me is whether or not I want to keep the copy of the original, and I certainly will keep the copy of the original here. And now, as the thing asks me, it says to select the axis of reflection. I'll just select right there, and as you can see, it creates an instance that is perfectly reflected. And because the mirror line was touching, we did get these 2 to join quite nicely. If I want to in the back, I could just very easily extend this over and make it one piece. And then, of course, I could just take this window and create a similar set of windows, which I could set them up later to measure properly. So that was a quick use of the mirror command using pick axis. I'll show you the same command using a draw axis. Let me just select everything. I'm going to hold Shift and get everything in there. Hold Control, excuse me. So now I have everything selected. And I'll pick the draw axis command. And this time I'm going to unselect the copy. And first I'll just draw a nice straight one. You can see I reflected it over there. I'll do that again. And this time I will just kind of draw at a 45-degree angle. Right there. As you can see, it flips it over. So that's the mirror command with both draw axis and pick axis. Very, very interesting command, very powerful. Let's go and do the offset command. I will use this model. Very quickly, I'll go to architecture, draw some walls. Let's pick some interior wall. And just to keep things very, very, very contained, I'll draw one over there and one over here. And then let's say I'd like to just put one wall right there. And now I will choose that wall and pick the offset command. And this option also gives me whether or not I want to keep the copy. So if I offset it 8 feet and then keep the copy, you'll see as soon as I approach this wall, it does create that copy 8 feet away. And if I turn off the copy command, you can see I can kind of bounce it around this area very easily by making it jump the 8 feet. If you want to do it graphically instead of numerically, you can just hit graphical. It turns this into a gray box. And in this case, now I'm going to select the item, and then there's kind of like a base point to measure from. And let's say I want to measure from the core midpoint, and then I'll just kind of push my mouse, and as I move my mouse, you can see very easily that it's doing the measurement for me. I can go even outside the figure. And it creates that nice copy for it. So it's kind of like a copy command, but also gives you the ability to like really quickly duplicate items at a set distance. This is usually how people would use it. I set this to, let's say, 2 or 3 feet. And I can go ahead and just keep doing this. Make my copies that are 3 feet apart from each other. So that's a very useful command. Not the same as doing a draw by offset, which is if I were to pick to draw a basic wall and then choose this offset to be, let's say, 5 feet, and then I use the pick line command. This is using the offset option of the pick line command, and while you're drawing. It's pretty cool. So that works for both walls, and it also works for lines. Next, I'm going to be showing you the align command. So this is going to be pretty easy to show you in 2D, and I'll do this with some walls. Just very quickly, I'll pick create similar here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a kind of a sloppy step piece here with those walls. Then, with the align command, all you need to do is you choose first, as it says, you will select a line or a reference. So what this does, it allows you to select lines to align with. Usually you pick the face of a wall if you're trying to do it with walls. So maybe I like I like where this particular face is first. So I'm going to click this one, and I'm going to make sure my multi-alignment option is selected. And then I will go ahead and press this with the option to lock. This one I will not lock. And then I'll press this one, and then this one I'll show you what happens when I do lock it. Okay? So I have done the alignment where all 3 of these walls are now in perfect alignment with each other according to their exterior face. But I did lock only this wall and this wall together. So if I were to move this one, you can see that they move together indefinitely until you choose to eliminate the lock. And then once you eliminate the lock, they are no longer constrained to alignment. So that's a really good feature to have in 2D when you're doing walls. It comes in very handy, especially when you're doing something like this. Like if I want to create an interior wall in this particular structure right here, if I try to move it using, let's say, the keyboard or something, it won't quite meet properly over here. So instead, I'm just going to click it and I'll pick the align command, and I want to align it with this face. And then now, when you are inside this home or looking at it in 3D, you can see that there is a nice, clean connection between these walls here. So that's a very, very, very important command to be able to utilize. Let's go to a 3D view here. Well, I want to look at this particular wall. And just to show you, at first, I'm going to kind of throw all of these out of alignment. That way. And now I'll use the align command in 3D. Let me flip over to like a hidden line wireframe view just so we can see the blue a little bit better. And then I'll pick the align command. And I'll pick the top of this window for my alignment. And then with multi-alignment selected, I will proceed to set all of them together with a lock. So now they have all perfect vertical alignment. And I can go ahead and move still horizontally if I want to, but the vertical alignment is locked and constrained. So it's a very powerful tool that you can use in 3D or 2D for anything that's linear. You could even align, let's say, a door. I think I did that before, inside the home. Let's go into the home, and we will look over here. So I want to make sure that these doors are aligned in the center. They are right now, but I'm going to purposely throw the alignment off. And then what I'm going to do to ensure proper alignment, I could use those as temporary dimensions, but a quick way also would be just to draw a reference plane down the center, and then go ahead and click the doors themselves, pick a line, choose the reference plane as my reference for alignment, and then choose the center of the doors. And then I can lock that as well. So now those doors are locked to where the reference plane is, and they are centered on the wall. So there you have it. That is us taking full advantage of the align command, the offset command, and the mirror command. Good luck, and thank you very much.